Good old day 6. So yesterday I finished mowing my Friday accounts, and I had to return this morning to get some payment that was still kind of waiting for today to happen to get. So when you're saving your company, is it because you need to get more lawn accounts and now you need money, so you're just gonna take whatever you can get? See, that's the problem that I faced. Do I just take the same crap? No, I'm not just saving my company financially. That's dumb. The trick is, take these moments when, like me, 24 accounts with one client. That's not diversified at all. But it could be better if you diversify and still have a bunch of accounts that are driving you nuts and you have no free time. Maybe they're easier if you get diversified, and you know, you can even charge more, but still have one thing missing. You see, that one thing missing, I noticed for the last 3 summers, was time. That's right, time. I remember when I had the big client plus all my other ones that I have still, just not the big client anymore, I was like dying. It was so hot out and there wasn't enough income coming in, and I was starting to hate these Dumblebee yards ones. They were just complete dumps. I still have a few, but there are through some others. And with the puppy and with all this other stuff that was going on at the house, I just didn't have enough time to do anything. And what you're charging, you know, you can't get a worker. Even if I did get a worker, then I got to deal with, can I get $5 for cigarettes, late in the morning, they can just quit, and now you have all these accounts and no worker, breaking machinery, all that kind of stuff, or more replacement stuff. You're spending a lot of money. Why? Why not just spend more time? Have time, but not for the company, for yourself. And in turn that reflects on the company when you spend more time with yourself, in your life, in your family. So the way I see it, I got what I wanted, and I got it in the worst way possible. I have to make up 24 yards, or do I? See, I've been blessed this week with really what I was looking for and hoping for. And to save my company, what I've got to do is save myself, and then look at this blessed week. So many people, so many things that actually is pretty positive. That surfboard is pretty cool. I want to get one. But anyway, so many positive things. While I was doing these dumps for this property management, those 24 I hated going to. I underbid them when I first got started, and they were a dump of a company, and they were just getting worse. Now I don't have them anymore. Now I've got the time I wanted. The other 20-something that I have, I still have. Some of them are dumps, some are nice, but that's okay. They're keeping me afloat. Just barely, but keeping me afloat. With this amount of time now, I was able to stop at the property management that does vacation rentals. It was a good experience. They may call me with some really cool properties. I could charge more. I can enjoy working, not just getting out there and just dealing with the crap that sometimes can come with this kind of business. The maintenance guy from the big client, he left too. He said that he told him to F off the same way I did. Well, guess what? He's with an even bigger property management, and they're awesome. Saw him on day 2, day 3, or day 4. You guys got to watch those to kind of see how the week went. You know, there was one YouTuber that commented. I had to remove his comment, but you know, he was thinking about helping, like with Instagram and Facebook and stuff. I appreciate it, but I really don't need that. I need what I'm doing right now. And see, it's like fishing. I have all these lures in the waters right now. Something always pops up, and in the meantime, I'm getting done stuff I've wanted to do for the longest time. Stop at the good property management for vacation rentals, walk the dog, take the dog on the bike ride, she's so fat, play at my pond in the back with the fishies, you know, and hang out, and just chill for a second. And the main thing is not to be desperate. Don't be desperate, because what I'll do is the first person that comes up and says, hey, I've got some properties for you, I can't just say yes for money. No, I could struggle a little bit. Hell, I can even go out of business because I'm standing firm. It's either good stuff that makes me happy, in return it helps the company be happy, and that saves the company, because I'm the sole proprietor. If I die out, the company dies out. And with that, I need to save myself. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm learning to smell the roses. I'm learning to enjoy life a little bit better. That way when next summer comes, I'm gonna be kicking some butt, and I'll have this winter to thank for it. And by the way, I'm still working. I'm not plowing snow or nothing. I'm in Southwest Florida, but I'm still busy a little. It's not being on crappy properties that I don't want to do anymore. And the cool thing is, this area right here, I drive past those same properties that I was doing. And so, I could watch them go back to hell, or maybe the next guy doesn't mind doing the work since they're all family and whatever. So with all that, let's have a fun Saturday. This is day 6. Now I'm posting a couple videos today, and probably people are going to be watching these in a few years wondering, what the hell? But my wife and I also went on a cruise right when I lost all the accounts, and you know, I still want to get that footage online, so I'm probably going to post that stuff up as well today or into tomorrow. And I'm also going to enjoy the day and keep filming stuff. There's all kinds of cool stuff. And what's really neat is in a year or so, when we're at day 300 and whatever, so 82, 392, I can look back on these days, because these were the first, and today's the 6th. So let's have fun. It's funny, you go to the bank, you put in money, and they just give you a little piece of paper. So this morning, before I got out to do this stuff, I was again searching Craigslist, and I saw an ad for property maintenance manager, which is who I would usually contact for lawn bids and stuff like that, which is what I was trying to do this week, but I ended up stopping at the vacation rental one and holding off and saying, wait, let's hold off for that one specifically, because you don't want to then go to a bunch of other property managements, and if they do give you accounts, and then eventually the vacation people give you a ton and you've got a full schedule, so therefore you drop that other property management, and let's say the vacation rental one goes out of business, well guess what? You shot yourself in the foot, and you're not going back to that property management company that gave you a couple when you were suffering, because they'll be like, didn't we give you a couple of years ago, and you totally burned us? So that's why I'm going one property management company at a time. But this morning I saw an ad for the actual management position. And what's neat is then I can get used to what the prices they're afforded. So when like we bid, we're like, yeah, I'll mow that for 20 bucks a cut, or I'll do 70 or 80 bucks a month, or 90 bucks a month. But maybe the owner, you know, afforded 150 bucks a month, and here we are, bid 75. Oh yeah, I could get used to something like that, and it would keep me busy. And I'd still have my lawns, and then I'd learn more about the trade of property management, since that's my niche. I'm not really into knocking on doors and asking Bob and Larry and Samantha, hey, would you like me to cut your grass? I should, but they'll get too needy, and when the grass stops growing, the way I do my billing, it gets burned. And most of these people, they're usually renting down here in Southwest Florida, so they can't afford, like on a 5-week month, you're charging 20 a cut, you know, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 bucks a month. They're like $100 a month to cut our grass. And then if I don't budget right, then guess what? Now you're mowing once a month in the wintertime, and they still only want to give you 20 bucks. So instead, average it out, 75 bucks a month year round, and hopefully they don't drop you. Well, property management usually doesn't drop you. They understand. In fact, they prefer that because it saves their clients money, and it's less to do when it's invoicing and payments. So that's why I usually don't like the one-off people. That's why I try to go with property management. But to get into that trade, you know, that could be smart and lucrative too. And it's part-time, and it bounce out. So I sent them an email this morning. I'll probably get a reply on Monday. We'll see with that. One thing you gotta love about living in a tourist town, where there's also a bunch of people who work in the service industry, and then there's a bunch of doctors and hospital stuff, because we have a lot of aging elderly, and then we have our snowbirds that come down here 6 months out of the year. Is the interesting thing is the roads. You've got looky-loo tourists that, like right now, I live in more of a residential, so it's kind of like probably where you live, the Walmarts and the McDonald's and stuff and houses. But look at all those palm trees. We don't have palm trees at home. And then they stare at it. And then you've got the old snowbirds that they have Florida plates because they have a Florida car too, so you consider them Florida drivers, but they're not. And they drive really slow, or they're looking for a restaurant, or they're retired now, so why do the speed limit or drive anywhere considerably close? Then you got your elderly that are on their meds driving. Then we have a lot of kids of snowbirds, or kids of people who retired in Florida that are now in their 40s and 50s that are still kids. And half of them are either they've been doped up their entire life or never worked, so they'll try to rob you, or they just drive erratically or crazy. Then there's car accidents galore. On this road, this is a death trap. Like when I drive with this camera, it's really just kind of down below, and I kind of stick it somewhere because you got to keep your eyes on this road, man. I'm telling you, it's like in Cleveland, Ohio, they have Dead Man's Curve. Well, there's no curve. In fact, when we went down to the Keys last year, it's a straight road. It's a straight line. You know, you have one lane for you and one lane for the other guys coming back. They still manage to have accidents, flip over, all kinds of stuff. So that's one thing that's kind of a neat quirk about Florida is, especially Southwest Florida, I can't speak for the whole state, is the roads. You could die in them at any moment. And there's no snow to slip on, but they still manage to slide. It's amazing. I don't know what I'm going to be really filming today. I'm surprised I'm even talking into this. But it's Saturday. It's my day off. I'm still saving my company because I'm saving myself. And that's what you need to start for first. Because when you get busy, then there's no time for all this other stuff. And then sometimes it takes a major change to get you to make a major change. And that's how you save your company. No other way. And I'm doing this 100% myself. I'm not in the worst position possible. If you're watching this because you're in a bad position, I mean, keep watching, because it's the same thing, just a different situation, a different scenario. But it's the little things I'm saying, not so much about, hey, property management, vacation rental people, like that one guy that was doing the contracting for the big client. You know, he's a musician too, and so he knows I'm a musician. We got a jam next week. Well, that's the thing. You build a relationship with these people, and then when new stuff pops up, they push your name a little bit bigger. But I need to learn how to say no too. If there's a property where I'm like, yeah, I need the money, and I'll do it, and maybe if I didn't like the property but I took it for the money, I'm gonna kick myself in the butt because I'm stuck with it now. I have to think, it's not growing right now. In summer, I'm gonna be showing up and it's gonna be horrible and nasty, and I'm not making any money on it. You know, that's probably what I don't want. What I want is some of the properties that use sprinklers. They're nice. They're nicer. We have hedges. You know, they maybe want palm trees installed, or they want their edges refined on their beds. Blah blah blah. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking this time to reflect, and mainly these videos are for me. And you just happen to be watching them right now. And if you are, like and subscribe if you've made it this far into this video, because the average retention time on YouTube is about 2 to 3 minutes. So you're probably really dedicated at this point, or this is the future that you're in, and I'm here in the past in 2019 of December, and you're watching this in March of 2023, because now I have tons of videos where I really did put my company back together, and you've seen, and you're like, dude, he mowed lawns, and because maybe I'm doing something different. Who knows? Idiots, 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 idiots. Maybe maybe I won the lottery, and you're like, wow, that guy, he was trying to save his lawn care business, and he almost mowed over a lottery ticket. Turns out it was worth $1 million. Or maybe I'm doing something totally different. Maybe I'm working on a cruise. Maybe I'm dead. Who knows? But here today, this is where I'm at, and I wanted to document this because I probably would have just done what I'm doing right now, and it would have been just a memory, and I want to see if my company failed, or if it succeeded, I can come back to these videos and watch them. And it would be like nice to see a couple likes and a few views, and some comments, you know, like, you know, what do you think, things like that. But please, again, in closing, I don't believe in Instagram or Facebook. I really don't believe in YouTube too much, as far as just internet. I don't like the internet that much. I just believe that, you know, less documentation of yourself, the better, because kind of like Indians don't want their photos being taken. But I thought this is more inspirational, and it's going going to be over time as well. So it's not like on Instagram and all the rest of them where people have fake lives and their real life is not exactly what it is. And also, the majority of that stuff, like Twitter, it's all the evil, it's all the devil, I tell you. But anyway, subscribe to PewDiePie and and just joking. But Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, so let's get back to the house.